Earlier this week, the controversy in the Amazing Digital Circus fandom has continued to rage on, when a 2 million sub YouTuber Plainrock went to a glitch event and recorded himself walking up to the Jax cutout, referencing the Nega shirt situation that we covered in the first part. Very quickly, this clip blew up online, with Glitch even making a statement addressing the situation, but many Amazing Digital Circus fans were still upset, given that they entirely ignored the whole controversy with their voice actor. The fandom also stated that because of everything happening, future events will probably be unsafe for Black people to attend, along with stating that the cause of everything blowing up is actually due to people's indifference on the situation, emboldening actors like Plainrock to wreak havoc. However, despite everything, Plainrock was even able to still sneak into the event afterwards, simply wearing a furry mask to get inside. But there's lots to get into, so let's just jump in. Welcome to the internet versus the Nega shirt part 2. It starts when the clip starts making the rounds online when Plainrock posts it with a caption, "Gave Jax a name because he's so negative all the time."
Yo, it's my Nega! What's up, Nega? Bye, Nega! N-E-G-A! Yeah! Cancel! Yeah. Holy shit. Consequences. Sorry. Oh my god. Okay, they're seeing you too.
Insensitive Society replies, "This is 2 Sigma. Idubs would be proud." Technical says, "That's my Nega." Sanana the Scanana replies to Plainrock's clip by saying, "You look exactly how you sound, both in voice and on Twitter." I don't know, says, "Haha, saying racial slurs are so funny. Aren't I so funny? Hey, why is no one laughing?" Gangalina says, "I used to think you were cool." JP replies to the clip by saying, "Sees the entire TADC cast get cancelled for a joke from 7 years ago, proceeds to make the same joke present day." And Coffee says that wasn't even the same joke, since we clearly know what he meant this time. And Mr. Banana says, "All they did was just laugh at a joke here. This guy just straight up says the N-word like it's nothing." Sarah coaches the clip by saying, "I grew up watching this guy destroy Nintendo Switches and what the fuck is he doing now?" Xena says, "You guys genuinely don't like Black people. Oh my god." Amazing Kane says, "The fans of Michael KK Kovac, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if this guy's a grifter or not, lol. My point still stands. Final points, suck my dick." And ASO says, "I guarantee Plainrock hasn't watched a single episode of TADC. And I know you know he's a grifter, but you're using him to push your see agenda all the way off and focus on some bigger issues in the world." Mars says, "And this is why racism is always that deep. I don't ever want to hear another word from a raccoon or a non-black person about this topic ever again." And Shortcake says, "That deep? A grown-ass man being using stupid words to get into your nerves is that deep? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you are falling for the bully who slaps his ass in front of you while singing mocking little songs at you." Irvi tweets out these screenshots from the video with the caption, "Look at his face. All smiles. I've never seen someone so giddy to pretend to say a slur. Not even in high school." And Pizza Papa says, "Have you all forgotten?" attaching a screenshot of Idubs and Tana. Estelle tweets out, "Yo, Glitch, Gooseworx, can you guys speak up about the corny non-blacks in your fan base getting a little too brave yelling racial slurs in public now? Your silence regarding the anti-blackness currently being enabled in your community irks me. It's getting dangerous. You got grifting money off of Black outrage and showing up to pop-ups in person yelling slurs. Next, it could be Black fans facing physical harm. This is why it's fucking infuriating to see crew members engaging in jokes like this at Black people's expense. It enables fools like this and can lead to the safety of non-Black fans being threatened. If you guys gave a you would try to say something. Because now what happens if people start taking this joke to the theaters? Level Up Expo, ban this guy. Do something. And no guys, I don't give a who this chopped grifter is. I'm making sure consequences will come of this and that the ongoing anti-blackness happening isn't being ignored farther." And Player says, "This is Plainrock we're talking about. After all, he bought a Switch 2 the moment it released just to absolutely destroy it in front of multiple people in line." And Estelle replies, "I couldn't really care who this is. The fact of it is, at the end of the day, this situation has led to the safety of Black fans being threatened in public spaces now." Vivian says, "This isn't a real issue, and people are using this as an excuse to be racist in real life spaces." And Estelle says, "I can't see in the video, but if there had been Black fans in the area, just imagine how uncomfortable that has to be for them." And Vivian says, "It's actually infuriating me, because that video is what we've been warning people about. Goose and Glitch's dismissal of saying anything about the rise of racism in their spaces is seeping into real life, but Goose is too into her drilling to give a fuck." Jojo quote tweets the post by saying, wow, you mean to tell me that the fandom's indifference towards black people's feelings on a racist joke made popular creators comfortable enough to say it in public? I didn't see this coming. And Pterodax replies, wow, you mean to tell me that when people online cry about something dumb and minor for days, that others will latch onto it to antagonize? I did see this coming because I'm not stupid. Or 12. And Acer replies to the quote tweet by saying, oh my god, you people are a circus. Y'all made a huge shit out of a basically non-issue and a grifter got a hold of it and made it actually racist. Are y'all surprised? Welcome to the internet. Now real racists are being given a platform because of you MFs, nobody else. And Asai replies, well no, grifters feel emboldened because of people like you not caring and calling it a nothing burger. If y'all actually cared about others that aren't white, then grifters wouldn't have done this. And Aso says, I'm not even white, MF, what are you trying to say? Grifters seeing people making a big reaction to literally the most minor shit absolutely emboldened them to rage bait, and it worked, clearly. Technicals quote tweets the post by saying, bro, how is Plainrock getting flagged as a TADC fan in a cancel thread on my timeline? Unicorn Thorns quote tweets the post by saying, this is what we mean when we say this shit in serious. A couple days ago, people said we were overreacting. It's a nothing burger. Once again, I'm not surprised, but this is what happens when you treat it like an edgy joke. Black people can never catch a break. Cube Snap says, I don't think people realize how dangerous it's going to be for black TADC fans to watch episode 9 in the movie theaters now, especially with how openly racist the community has been. And Mark replies, oh Jesus Christ. Stop acting like the Ku Klux Klan is going to hate you at the movie theater. Glitch then puts out a statement on the situation where they say, we were made aware of horrific and hateful behavior from a specific individual around our Glitch booth today, and we have contacted Level Up staff to take action and have them removed and permanently banned. We have also told our staff not to serve him, others featured in that video, or anyone seen exhibiting any behavior that would make members of our community feel unsafe or unwanted. These idiots are not representative of our community and our fans, and we want to make any Glitch event as safe as possible for all. We condemn absolutely any hateful, discriminatory, or dumb quit behavior. Be kind to each other, and if you can't, then piss off. We don't want you here. And Chris Chat replies, reminder, this post is about Plainrock124 for referencing the same joke that Kovac and Goose made years ago. Massive L for Glitch and Goose for being hypocritical. Reels attaches a screenshot of Plainrock's YouTube channel and his Twitter, and the caption, this is the guy by the way. Obviously don't harass him. Please, however, do report this racist loser. Pizza Bro quote tweets the post by saying, you can tell they're losing their patience with this fandom. Tai Ye quote tweets the clip by saying, meet Plainrock124, breaking stuff for money, getting rich and buying his own house, lose audience as time goes, going crazy, love Elon Musk, become right-wing and Trump support, being transphobic, being racist, do more rage bait for money, getting called idiot by Glitch, fell off. Plainrock quote tweets the original post that he made with the clip with the screenshot of Glitch's statement and the caption, who could they possibly be talking about? And Leany replies, Plainrock, you ruined this event for me. I was there. I was a witness. I am traumatized. I had just spent my entire disability check on merch and nega plushies, and now I'm scarred for life from your actions. How dare you? Drag replies to Plainrock, bro, you rage baited them so good, you legend. Swag Lord says, horrific and hateful behavior. Some Asian dude saying nega in front of a Jax cutout. The humbled Russian/Ukrainian soldiers screaming for their life right now as a kamikaze drone slowly creeps towards them. Amtrak replies to Plainrock by saying, you're a dumbass. You were rude and caused a disturbance. Angel says, dude, being a piece of racist isn't a flex. You're part of the reason why the TADC fandom is getting a bad name. And you're not even a white guy, yet you're being racist as You should know better than to do stupid shit like this. He then follows up his own post with another image. This time it is him at the event again, except he's wearing a beanie and a mask, took off his glasses, and brought a printout of the glitch statement, and is holding it up to the camera. And he captions it with a yawning emoji. And then he follows up saying, yes, I was able to tap in with my free creator badge tied to my username I got on day 1. They didn't even care to disable it, or couldn't. Jankinator replies to Plainrock by saying, genuinely, you have to be one of the greatest rage baiters of all time. And Hazel says, white people don't say troll anymore. They say rage baiter. And Jankinator says, get with the times, Gramp. Mongolian says, I genuinely want to hate, but this dude low-key a menace. Jojo quote tweets the post by saying, I haven't seen security this dog since Smash events. Boogie says, oh, he's wearing the mask to hide his identity. Nah bro, glitch fans just smell that bad. And Plainrock follows up with this screenshot of himself wearing a furry mask and the caption, this is how I made sure I could get past security, by the way. Borrowed, by the way, and 3 people asked me for photos just because they liked how it looked. And Cray Cray Chu says, bro is genuinely making an entire fandom have a generational crash out over a joke, and pictures of him still getting into the event. This man has aura. Gooseworx tweets out, I feel like I should say say, if you think you're on my side by saying genuine racist, hateful things to black people in the fandom, then it is my personal belief that you should shoot yourself in the head with a gun. And Plainrock replies with this picture of himself reading the tweet. In the caption, good thing I didn't do that. Only gave your purple cartoon rabbit a cool nickname. I would hope you're talking about someone else, otherwise anyone falsely accused with this horrific rhetoric would feel unsafe. Actually, after reading more into it, I can see why you have to post such an extreme post for all this drama to appease certain people, but I now see they will never be satisfied. This is why I'm edgy, so I don't attract and have to deal with these types of people. I hope you can have a good retirement after the movie and live off TADC money forever, because no one deserves the most annoying fan base ever. Marley replies to Gooseworx by saying, didn't you say you were going to replace Shadman? Don't try and save face now. B replies to Gooseworx saying, ain't this you? Attaching tweets from 2021 where Gooseworx says, Exploshi's a good egg. If you're taking any of this call out bullshit seriously, you might be a little dumb. And Forever Lost replied, don't think you're supposed to talk to a minor in a manner though, especially since he was aware of that beforehand. And Gooseworx says she was also a minor at the time. Like, come on, you guys. And Forever Lost replies, didn't know their pronouns. So that's an error on my fault. They may not be a groomer, but it's incredibly inappropriate for a 17-year-old to talk that way to a 14-year-old. Marie quotes Gooseworx by saying, this all here damn ass tweet. Genuine racist hateful things, as opposed to non-genuine, girl bye. Sybil says, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought it felt kinda half-hearted and made it just to silence people. And Marie says, most definitely. She didn't even outright apologize for them weird-ass joke tweets, her coworkers behave or anything. Just, hey guys, racism is kinda bad. Like, girl, we know that. Cupcakey says, placing bets, both Glitch and Goose wouldn't have response if it weren't for Plainrock124 doing what he did. Juice quote tweets Gooseworx by saying, you 100% deserve your fan base. Jocelyn says, white TADC fans are about to glaze this nothing burger deflection so hard. Chris Chad says, Goose is a fan of Shadman and is friends with Oni Plays, who consists of people saying N-word and F-slur since 2015. But since someone made some joke as Michael Kovac, it is now time to virtue signal. So when will you punish Jax VA for doing the same as the band guy? Then attaching this post from Gooseworx. This is back in 2021, talking about Shadman, where they said, if I were to make a tweet about Shadman, it would be way more direct and way more edgier. Like something like, who's gonna fill the shoes Shadman left empty? I'm not gonna enjoy it, but I guess it's gotta be me. Something like that, I think. Ethan Bra tweets out this tweet with the caption, time to settle this once and for all. Which childhood content creator fell off the most? Attaching this picture of Plainrock and FGTV. And Plainrock replies, you can't make us pick between two goats, shaking my head. Robert says, I only know about FGTV. What happened to Plainrock? And Ethan says, he said the N-word in public. Captain Stickernoodle says, what happened to FGTV? And Ethan says, he became a right-wing Christian grifter. And Person replies, he doesn't agree with my political views, so he's bad. And Izzy quotes the post by saying, unfortunately, as a former fan of Plainrock, he is actually stuck in 2018. Plainrock also tweets out these screenshots with the caption, people are emailing mid-up expo to make sure I'm banned the day after it ended. Bye-bye. Don't forget to remove me from your creator Discord I'm still in. And there's this screenshot that is an email saying, dear attendee, thank you for bringing this matter to our attention. We want to inform you that the creator involved has been removed from our program and is no longer affiliated with our event. We are also continuing to fully cooperate with Glitch Productions regarding this incident to ensure it is handled appropriately. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience or concern the situation may have caused. The safety, comfort, and overall experience of our attendees remain our top priority, and we are committed to maintaining a respectful and welcoming environment for all. If you have any additional questions or would like to share further feedback, please do not hesitate to reach out. And then there's this screenshot here, but it looks like just various creators saying thank you for the event, and then Plainrock has a message typed saying nega at the bottom, but he hasn't sent it. He also tweets out this statement on his page, and essentially it's him saying that he apologizes for his actions and referencing the whole situation. However, the point of the post here at the bottom is that there is an AI prompt answering, giving him tips for posting, such as post it where the original video was shared, and keep it text-based or a simple unmonetized video. Do not get defensive in the comments. And Bombstrap replies, I thought my goat was washed until I read the last part. Dr. News says, such a touching apology. A white tear just ran down my leg. Respect. Kirby saying says, I thought you were genuinely going to apologize, but of course Plainrock being a piece of shit like usual. Wander to LA says, this MF, I was about to believe he changed until he forgot to remove the AI. Dumbass. Detective Deckard says, great apology, and great instructions at the end for others to use for their own apologies. An apology that gives. And honestly, that just plain rocks. Once, twice, quadrice, a lady. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives, Kiko, Salsal, Coldest Bandito, Captain Crash Out, Dear Boy, and the Noobster. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you on the next episode.